Hello and welcome to the class. My name's Paddy. Today, we're going to look at vocabulary related to science and technology. So, by the end of this class, you should be able to talk about the history of scientific discoveries, modern science, and modern technology. Remember, if you have any questions after this class is finished, you can click on the Ask Your Teacher button, which is at the top of your webpage. Also, during this class, there will be some questions for you to answer. You can find these questions below the video. I will tell you when to answer these questions, and I will give you some time to do so. Okay, let's get started. Here, we can see images of two famous scientists, Nicholas Copernicus and Alexander Graham Bell. Do you know why they are famous? Well, you might be able to guess from the pictures. Nicholas Copernicus created the theory that the sun was at the center of the solar system and that the planet Earth went around the sun. Alexander Graham Bell is famous for the telephone. So, how can we say this? Let's look at some sentences. Sentence number one, we are missing the verb. This verb will be in past. What verb do you think we could use to complete sentence number one? Look at the first question below this video, and can you write a verb that we could use to complete sentence number one? The correct answer is discovered. We could also say realized, found out, proposed, claimed, or argued. But in this case, discovered is best because this information was true before Copernicus and it was true after Copernicus. He just revealed, discovered this information. Number two, the telephone. What did Alexander Graham Bell do to the telephone? Look at the next question below this video, and can you write a correct verb in past simple to complete this sentence? The correct answer is invented. The telephone is a device or a machine, and Graham Bell invented this device. Let's look at some more verbs that we connect to science. As I mentioned, Copernicus created or discovered the theory that the Earth goes around the sun. Previously, people believed that the sun went around the Earth. Copernicus disproved the theory that the sun went around the Earth. He showed that this was wrong. He disproved the theory. The theory is a scientific belief. It's based on evidence. People looked at the sky and they saw the sun moving and they thought, the sun goes around the Earth. So it was a theory, but it was wrong. Charles Darwin discovered that animals evolved from a common ancestor. Again, this was true before humans. It will be true after humans. So Charles Darwin didn't invent anything, but he discovered this information by looking at the evidence. Graham Bell invented the telephone. We don't say discovered the telephone because he was the first person to create the telephone. The telephone did not exist before Graham Bell. He invented the telephone in the 19th century. Marie Curie, another scientist, advanced the field of radioactivity with her research. Radioactivity is an area of science. We call this area a field. She made this field bigger and developed it so it was more advanced. So we use the verb advance. Marie Curie advanced the field of radioactivity with her research. And finally, scientists in the UK developed the first COVID-19 vaccines. We don't say invented because the COVID-19 vaccine is an idea, a technology, or a process. It's not a specific machine or a specific device. So often with medical advancements, we use developed, but with physical machines, we say invented. Okay, let's practice using this vocabulary. Sentence number 1 is missing a verb, and you need to use the correct form. Look at the next question below this video, and can you write the correct verb in the correct form to complete sentence number 1? The correct answer is discovered. Astronomers have discovered evidence of water on the surface of Mars. We could also say have found evidence of water as well. Astronomers are scientists who study space, everything that's off the planet Earth. Number 2, have a read through these 2 sentences, and can you choose the correct verb in the correct form? Look at the next question below this video and write the verb in the correct form. The correct answer is invented. We're talking about a device. So we'd say she invented a device to wipe rain off your car's glass windscreen in 1905. Today we call this the windscreen wiper, although in America they call it the windshield wiper. 3, have a look at the next question below this video, and can you write the correct noun to complete this sentence? The correct answer is field. You could also say fields because it kind of mentions 2, or you could consider this as 1. Physics is a field of science. Quantum mechanics is a field of physics. Albert Einstein advanced this field with his general and special theories on relativity. Number 4, have a look at the next question below this video and write the correct verb in the correct form to complete sentence number 4. The correct answer is developed. We would not say invented because a cure is a process or a technology or a concept. Over the last 10 years, virologists have developed a cure for hepatitis C. And number 5. Have a look at the next question below this video, and can you write the correct noun to complete sentence number 5? The correct answer is theory. Theory. Evidence from fossils and DNA proves the theory of evolution. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about the history of science. Now let's talk about how science works today. Here we can see an image of a person. Who is this person? Well, we could say this is a scientist, or maybe this is a researcher. Maybe it's a medical researcher. What are they doing? Well, we could say they are conducting research or doing research, or maybe they are carrying out experiments or conducting experiments. Let's think a little bit more about some of the activities which scientists do. I'm going to show you 5 beginnings of sentences and 5 endings of sentences. So this is the first half of the sentence, and this is the second half of the sentence. Let's decide which of these match. So, number 1. Governments, NGOs, and companies fund research into. Which of these endings completes sentence number 1? Look at the next question below this video and choose the correct option, A, B, C, D, or E. The correct answer is E. Governments, NGOs, and companies fund research into areas of interest or fund research into areas of importance. So notice that preposition into comes before the topic, the subject, the area, or the field. Number 2, which of these options completes sentence number 2? Scientists and researchers carry out what? Look at the next question below this video and choose the correct option. The correct answer to number 2 is B. Scientists and researchers carry out research by coming up with theories and then doing experiments. We can carry out research. We can also carry out experiments. We can do research or we can do experiments. Come up with is about creating an idea. So they create the idea first and then they test to see if that idea is true or false. So they come up with the theory, and if the experiment proves it wrong, then the theory gets discarded. Number 3, in medicine, scientists sometimes what? Look at the next question below this video, and can you choose the correct option to complete sentence number 3? The correct answer to number 3 is D. In medicine, scientists sometimes conduct clinical trials on people. A trial is like an experiment where you test something on people or sometimes animals. Clinical means it happens in a controlled, safe medical environment. So conduct, do, and carry out are all verbs we can use with research, experiment, and clinical trials. Number 4, if they are successful, they, this is the scientists, they might make a breakthrough, and then what could complete that sentence? Look at the next question below this video, and can you choose the correct option to complete sentence 4? The correct answer is A. If you make a breakthrough, you discover something really important for that field. So if they are successful, they might make a breakthrough in the field of chemistry. So maybe there's been an area which is very difficult to understand or nobody knows, and then a group of scientists do something which changes everything. They have made a breakthrough in our understanding of this field. So number 5, we could say that then the scientists publish their findings in peer-reviewed journals. Findings is a noun and it means the things they have discovered, the results of their experiment. They publish these in scientific journals, which are peer-reviewed. If something is peer-reviewed, it means other scientists can read it and test it themselves and say, yes, this is good science, or no, this was a badly conducted experiment. You need to do it again. So peer-reviewed means checked by other scientists. Okay, let's practice using this vocabulary. I'm going to show you some sentences. I would like you to complete them with the correct word. Number 1, look at the next question below this video and can you write the correct word to complete sentence number 1? It should be a verb. The correct answer is fund. Governments, NGOs, and companies fund research into areas of interest. This means they pay for the research. We can also say sponsor research, but fund is more common. Number 2, as you can see, there are 2 spaces. First, I'd like you to do the first space. Look at the next question below this video, and can you write the verb which completes the first space? Don't worry about the second space, just the first space. Write your answer now. The correct answer is carry out or conduct. If you wrote do, that's also correct. So conduct research, carry out research, do research. Okay, let's look at the next space. Look at the next question below this video and can you write the verb in the correct form to complete the second space in sentence 2? The correct answer is coming up with. We have to use an ing form because it's after this preposition. So scientists and researchers carry out research by coming up with theories and testing them with experiments. We could also say developing theories as well. Number 3, we are missing one word from the space in sentence 3. Look at the next question below this video and can you write the one word which completes this sentence? The correct answer is trials, clinical trials. In medicine, scientists sometimes conduct clinical trials on people. We could also say clinical tests, but again, trials is a more common collocation. Number 4, look at the next question below this video and can you write the word which completes sentence number 4? The correct answer is breakthrough. If they are successful, they might make a breakthrough in the field of chemistry. And finally, number 5. We are missing a noun from sentence number 5. Look at the next question below this video and can you write the word which completes sentence number 5? The correct answer is findings. We could also say results or conclusions. So finally, the scientists publish their findings in peer-reviewed journals, in academic scientific publications. Okay, let's talk about technology. Here, we can see 5 images that show different examples of technology. In this first image, we can see in the background there are some wind turbines, but closer to us, we can see solar panels. This is used to get solar energy. Both of these are examples of renewable energy. Above that, we can see we are inside a hospital and we have some machines. This image represents modern medicine. So medical practice based on science, based on testing whether something is effective or not effective, using drugs and treatments to cure diseases with a scientific method. Next, we have a satellite. Satellites are used to transmit information and also to create maps of the Earth. Satellites move in orbit around the Earth. Next, we have an image representing different technologies which are connected by a network of communication. Generally, we refer to this network as the internet, the online connection between computer devices, which creates an overall area that we call the internet. And finally, we have a machine which is capable of thinking like a person. We call this artificial intelligence, and sometimes AI for short. So let's talk a little bit more about this technology and why we use it. Well, the internet is very useful. It allows us to communicate with people all over the world. We want to communicate with people, and the internet makes this possible. It allows us to communicate. Modern medicine prevents people from dying of common diseases. Notice how we use the word prevent. You prevent somebody from doing something. So notice the preposition from and the ing form of the verb. Solar power is used for generating energy from sunlight. So we have this passive form, is used, and it can be followed by for and an ing verb, or to and infinitive. So we can say solar power is used for generating energy, or solar power is used to generate energy. Satellites are intended to map the planet and retransmit information. Intend is the idea of the original purpose. It's why we created them. However, sometimes satellites are used for other purposes. For example, spying on military secrets. So satellites are intended for this, but they are sometimes used for other purposes. So intend is about the original purpose of the technology. Using artificial intelligence, we can automate processes which are controlled by humans. If you automate something, you take something which was done by a person manually, and you make it happen without humans. It happens automatically. For example, in supermarkets, we are starting to automate the checkouts. We often automate things like writing code on computers, and increasingly writing articles and painting paintings is now, it's possible to automate that process. All right, let's practice using this vocabulary. Again, I'm going to show you a sentence, and I'd like you to tell me which words can complete this sentence. Sentence number 1 is missing 3 words. Look at the next question below this video, and can you write 3 words to complete sentence number 1? The correct answer is intended to. That's the intention of this technology. Genetically modified food is intended to improve yield and flavor, as well as eliminate disease. Does it always do this? Well, maybe, maybe not, but that's the intention. We could also say is supposed to. It has the same meaning. Number 2, interstellar spaceships will expand human civilization. Can you write the 2 words from these spaces in the next question below this video? Write both words in the box. The correct answer is allow us to. Interstellar spaceships will allow us to expand human civilization beyond the solar system. We can also say let, but remember the verb let does not get followed by to. Will let us expand human civilization. Number 3, many people's jobs they've been replaced by robots. Look at the next question below this video, and can you write the correct verb in the correct form? The correct answer is automated. This is a passive construction. Many people's jobs have been automated. They have been replaced by robots. So those jobs are not necessary to be done by a human because it's faster, easier, cheaper, more efficient to use a robot. Number 4, we are missing 3 words. Nuclear energy, generating electricity, but also for weapons. Look at the next question below this video, and can you write 3 words to complete this sentence? The correct answer is used for. Nuclear energy is used for generating electricity, but also for weapons. Remember, after for, we get an ing form of the verb, or we just get a noun, for weapons. Finally, number 5. We are missing 2 words. Can you write both of those words in the box in the next question and the final question below this video? The correct answer is prevent us from. High costs and political issues prevent us from transitioning, notice the ing form, to fully renewable energy sources. That is the end of the class. Hopefully now you have some vocabulary to talk about science and technology. Remember, if you have any questions about this, you can click on the Ask Your Teacher button at the top of your homepage or any web page to send us a message with any of your questions. Thank you for watching.